Okay, okay, let me see what kind of reports that we can generate now. Okay, so reports, see, thing is simple. What I'm doing here is I just need to uh, add some plugin. That's it. Okay, so because now in Maven, what I will do is you need to configure some stuff, then automatically the reports will come. Okay, so let's see what I can do. There are a lot of reports. See, JUnit has its own reports. However, I need to see how it works. I need to configure. Okay, let me one plugin download and install use run. Okay, configure how to match. It doesn't matter. I need to just create reports. So not it's not so UI. Okay, so reports, some reports, report directory file reports. Skipper. Okay. So I need to just see, this is what we will get normally. So what I will do is in my in my XML file, I can create a small. So what I will do is till now I had added some kind of dependencies. So now what I will do is I will now put a plugin into my whole project. How I will do is I will go back into my XML file. In this, what I will do is I will keep this plugin. Okay, so now see that even the plugin is also like a third party, where if I click on run, it will download that plugin. Okay, so plugin. Okay, plugin report not found. Okay, maybe it's the old version. Let me get this by latest. If you put latest, automatically it will get the latest one. If you don't worry about the yes, reporting plugin. Project. Oh, it's in the project actually. Project. Yes, in the project reporting by plugin. Plugin latest not found. Minimal model of resolution problem. Okay, I don't know why this plugin is not getting downloaded. Internet is okay. Internet, right? So we should get something like this. Some very much Maven site is invoked to report automatically download reports. File plugin. Okay, add plugin artifact ID plugin. So okay, so let us do one thing. Let us do one thing. Oh, so the plugin is at this level. Give me 1 second. Yeah, plugin is like this. Okay, let me do one thing. Let me download this and generate dependency executions and frameworks. Okay, no, this one is wrong one. Guys, maybe I think I will go back to home and give a try, because look like this is not very much straightforward. There's some problem. Okay. Invalid content start plugin. Guys, just leave that to me, okay? So I'll get the report plugin. For now, I think it is a bit of mess now, okay? So forgot about it. So I will get the report. So ideally, what I want to do is I want to get a report something like this, like a more HTML report, and you people can see what is passing, what is failing, okay? But I will fix that in home and I will send it to you as a part of the code. And you can see what are the tests and how much time it had taken. It is a beautiful report that we will get normally, but somehow I need to little bit spend more time on this. Okay. Now, so go back to our our next thing is we need to discuss about, so the main thing is, okay, so see this, okay, the execution is completed. Okay, you can see that this is the main thing. So whenever you have the test cases, the test case should be able to run with Maven. And now just go in depth into Maven. You can see that Maven have a set of commands that we need to little bit more learn. Okay, write down. So Maven is, right now we are using a command called Maven test, isn't it? Okay, so Maven have some other commands which is very much useful. So we got one command called clean. Maven clean, write it down. So Maven clean is, so I'm talking about Maven commands, which you have to run in command line. Okay. So normally we always run Maven test 99%. Okay. However, if somebody asks about, can you know any other Maven commands? We got something called clean. So what does the command will do? It will delete whole target folder. So target folder is nothing but it's a compiled source. So what is compiled source? Nothing but it is these class files. Okay. So what clean will do, example, if you see this, if I go to this project, in my project I have a something called target. Target is nothing but it is the actual compiled code. Okay, so this is all the compiled code which I got. So this, yeah, I mean we don't need to worry too much about it, but it is just an outcome of your complete project. Okay, it have .class files. So what are the dot class files? .class files are nothing but the bytecode files. So we don't need it. But what the Maven clean will do, if I run this command, see that my target folder will be deleted. Okay, so build success means it will delete the actual target folder. It will clean the all existing stuff. Okay, so Maven clean is that command, which is nothing but it will delete the actual target folder. Okay, apart from that, we got something. See that there is no target folder now here. Is it there? No.
So without target folder, you can still run and do all your test cases, right?
Yeah, I'll tell. So next what happens, if I do anything, example, if you're running a Maven test, it will first of all see whether target folder is existing. If it is not there, then it will generate the whole project again using a command called Maven compiler. See this. Okay, compile. So this is the life cycle steps. See this. First of all, clean. Second is compile. If I do a compile, what happens? It will generate the whole project. Okay, so whenever you are running your test, what the test will do, it will run a command called compile. Okay, so what compile will do, it will generate source, means generate the actual source files, means the actual .class files. Okay, so Maven compile. What it is doing, it will just see, you can see that it is compiling the whole code. It will create a target folder. See this, done. So it creates the target folder, but it will not do anything else. It will not do a testing, nothing. It will just generate the actual code. Next, followed by test, which is more important for us. Okay. What test will do? Test will go to test folder first, and then run all JUnit test cases. It will run all the JUnit test cases which is available in the test folder. If you put any test case in the main folder, Maven don't care about it. It should be always in the test folder. That is the reason why the folder structure, which is important for us. Okay, if somebody asks about, tell me about a project, my project blindly, my project is a Maven project. It have source and pom.xml. That's the main thing. In source, I got two projects, two folder called main and test. Test is the place where I put all my test cases. Okay, and main is the place where I will put all my utilities and page object model, which we'll discuss. Okay, and my pom.xml is my complete remote of the project where it will have all the dependencies and the report plugins, which we will discuss later. Okay, report plugins. It will have all the plugins which is related to the reports, and you don't need to modify multiple times. You just need to put your dependencies and leave it there.
So in one folder you could have different 3-4 dependencies and it will not affect each other.
No. It will not differ thing. Okay, we haven't gone to the reusability yet, but if we go to maybe in the next class, we will talk about page object model. Then the creating the packages, importing the packages one after the other, they will come into picture. Okay, right now we are all a single class, and then extending the hooks. That's it. Okay. So next is Maven test, right? And apart from that, Maven test is which we discussed. We'll run this. Apart from that, we got something like package, verify, install, site, deploy. Don't worry about them. Okay, but if somebody asks, main install is an important thing. Okay, install is nothing but it will generate the whole jar file. Okay, write down. Okay, so which is nothing but install. Finally, we got deploy. Okay, so we got install, which will generate a jar file, but we don't really worry too much about install, because jar file, even though it generated, what we will do, that is about the DevOps will do, right? Maven install I can run. So even though I do Maven install, always think that if I do install, it will always do the actual compilation and test also. Means it will actually do the commands which is there in the top. If I do install, it will do except clean, it will do the validation, it will do the compilation, it will do the test, it will do the packaging, it will do the verification, it will then do the installation. So this is like a life cycle. If you start from, if you just say install, it will not do install, it will do all this above and then do the actual installation. So this is install is a superset of all the subsets. And then deploy, finally, write down. Finally, we have something called deploy. What deploy will do? Maven deploy will send the actual jar file into a container. Okay, so don't worry about deploy. It will actually is not used for testing purpose. However, normally for information purpose, it will send your jar file into a container. Means nothing but your Tomcat or whatever it is. Okay, but don't worry about it right now. Right now, you need to just focus on the test. That is the only thing which you need to worry about. Okay, so now if you remember, if you see what I did just now, I just installed the Maven install. Maven install is also what it is doing. It is doing the actual test. So it will do the actual step in the top and then it will generate the actual outcome file. Okay. So that is what Maven is about. Okay. So that's the reason why when all the projects that we have is a Maven projects. How do you know it is a Maven project? Is because if it got a source folder and pom.xml, that's it. Okay. So that's the reason why if there is no pom.xml in the current project, then Maven will not work. Okay, so this is the heart of your project. Okay, that is running. So now, if I go back and see, today we discussed about Maven. I think the last thing that I will do today is the advanced methods, which I will show you. However, today we discussed about Maven. So what is the Maven? Maven is a okay. Okay. Okay.
Compile the code and generate the
Make the project independent of operating system
Yeah.
and run in a Java compiler, not
Yeah.
integer compiler.
Yeah. Okay. So what are the advantages? Developer can run the code automation.
Through command.
Yeah. Automation test himself from like okay can easily automated test. Okay, pulling the code from Jenkins. Okay, the second advantage. Other advantage is dynamic apart from that okay, so yeah, so the advantages is yeah developer can run it will help in continuous integration and it is help in dynamic dependencies of the complete thing. Okay, it will help generate reports. Okay, so couple of things which I will discuss later, but put it for now. Okay, so what it will do is it also will do a parallel test execution and also it helps in cross browser testing. I'll come back to this. Okay, creates basic. Okay, so there's one more thing which I forgot to tell, but because of that we can easily create the framework, means the actual project, which includes it creates the folder structure, which includes all this main and source. Okay, so it creates the basic folder structure, so which you need to forget it. Okay, main and test. Okay, so it's easily creates the framework, the actual folder structure, and it helps to dynamic dependencies. It helps in continuous integration. Okay, and it helps the developer to run the test in command line. Apart from that, it also have additional features like generating reports, parallel test execution, and cross-browser testing, which we'll be discussing later. Okay, so these are the advantages of using Maven. Okay, okay, guys. So let us discuss about. Let us recap about what happened till now. Okay, before I go to advanced web commands. Okay, so let us discuss about what happened till now. Okay, so you guys completed your manual testing and you completed your Java, right? Okay, yeah, I think this is not done. Okay, just a second. Okay, guys. So I'm just thinking that there's some gap, complete knowledge. Let us tie up all these things. Okay. So you guys learned Java till now, right? Now, and then we started with using our IDE. So what you guys learned in IDE till now? And learn about locators. What else you learned in Selenium IDE? Okay, very nice. You learned about assertions. What else?
And weights, explicit.
What else you learned? You learned some commands?
Yes.
Okay, you learned some basic commands which how to use. Okay, that's what you learned in Selenium IDE. What else you learned after that? So what you learned in WebDriver? You know how to create now, how to start the browser? Yes? And some commands, some APIs, basic APIs you learned. Okay. After that, what you learned? Okay, JUnit you learned. Yeah, and the web element is part of this APIs. Okay. So what are the APIs in WebDriver? If you just recollect it. Can I ask a few people to not talk? Okay, people who are talking, stop it. Let me see. Let other people talk. So, what are the APIs in WebDriver? What are the APIs that we had discussed in WebDriver till now? Not API testing, sir. I'm talking about what are the APIs in WebDriver. Not APIs. I'm talking about what are the WebDriver APIs. What are the different methods and classes that we learned? What are the classes in WebDriver? Tell me. No, wait. Bhagi, wait. What are the classes that we learned in WebDriver? What else? WebDriver wait. Actions. What else?
Before test, after, before, and after.
They're all JUnit. So what are the classes in WebDriver? What are the WebDriver APIs? Simple question. WebDriver? What about WebDriver? Web element? WebDriver? Chrome driver? Firefox driver? Okay, so they are like in almost 5 to 6 classes. Okay, and what are the methods? There are 13 methods which we discussed, right? Can you all tell what are the methods in WebDriver and methods in Web element?
Fine.
1, 2, 3. You 3 people, girls, keep quiet.
Get active.
Come on.
Size, tag name,
Get text.
then keys displayed.
Okay. Did you ever practice or you just to say reading the notes? Did you go to that developer link I had sent you? Okay. So in JUnit, what we learned? Annotations and assertions, right? Okay. And what else we learned? We learned Maven, right? So Maven, what we learned? What is Maven? Oh yeah, we discussed about before class and everything. So they all come under annotations. So we got 5 annotations here, right? What are the annotations in JUnit? Okay, what are the assertions in JUnit?
Asset equal asset true. Asset equal
Asset equals and asset true. Okay. So what is it? Get text method or get the text method in WebDriver will do?
You will get the
In the return it will return a string of a text from the element. Okay. So in Maven, what we discussed, what is the Maven used for? Okay. For
Compile the code and generate jar file.
it's a dynamic dependency, right? Yeah. So to generate jar files. Okay. Apart from that, what is it used for?
Project independent of the
Okay.
operating
It reports to get the framework. So it helps to get the framework. And finally, command line tool, right? They have to run in a command line so that developers and Jenkins can run. Okay. So I'm telling, to be honestly, if you really want to learn WebDriver and all this Selenium and all, it will take 6 months to 1 year. But what we are trying to do is really we are trying to push you to get to an interviews and get a job. For that, you people have to do a little bit of practice and you need to learn, you need to buy hard all these things. Okay, what all I discussed from starting to is just 5 minutes. Okay, you have to really go by, you have to go and learn, you need to spend some time and you need to do all these things. Okay, so main thing is today I will give the Maven project. Please, at least if you haven't done, please from today you go and start practicing. Okay, so practicing point of view, coding point of view, whatever we discussed today is more than enough for your interview purpose. Okay, the only thing left is Cucumber, which is I will take last in the course. But from today, whatever the advanced APIs which I will tell, from today you people have to practice everything. Practicing purpose, you have to have all know all these things in fingertips. Okay, remaining are interview questions, but mostly you have to have a lot of practice and all these things. The practice start from creating a project from scratch. Create a Maven project, quick start, add form.xml, create 5 test cases, create a hooks folder, hooks file, and start writing your tests. Okay, so what we will do is the next. I mean, I won't tell much of theory now. I will tell a couple of this select and all these things, couple of things, and then half an hour. You got laptops, people, okay? So let us get. I mean, what I want to do is you all group together. You start the project from now, from scratch here in this office. Create a project. Okay, download jar files. Take 2 big test cases. I haven't gone to big test cases, but let us go to big test cases. Okay, like searching an item, doing something. Let us take at least 10 lines of code, minimum 10 lines of code, and minimum 2 assertions. Like that, let us practice creating 2 test cases here. Okay, by grouping. Okay, then because I'm not getting the confidence that you're practicing, then only we'll go home. Okay, which includes some of the APIs which we discussed and some advanced APIs. Okay, I will do it. Okay, so how many people have laptops? Okay, and all running okay, right? Okay.
but Windows.
No, wait. Let me complete this. I'm just asking, okay? Yeah. So coming to advanced APIs. So I'm not making anything from new. I'm just like you, where I will go to my Selenium HQ and go to documentation. And in this documentation, you can see that this is the perfect way to learn your Selenium. Okay, so it got all these things which we discussed till now. Okay, so what I will do today is I will discuss about one advanced API called find elements. Okay, which is very important. So advanced APIs. Okay, find elements is one thing, and the other thing that we will be discussing is this is completed. Let me go back, history and location. Just a second, guys. I'm just trying to get the actual Chrome driver, advanced, additional resources. Okay, so let me go back to advanced uses. Yes, this. Yes, so this is what I'll be discussing today. This space. Okay, explicit weights. Okay, implicit weight we discussed. Remote WebDriver. Okay, and some user interactions, which includes a kind of actions. Okay, that's what I just want to add. Forgot about all these things, but let me discuss about actions. Okay, so let us go back and do these things. So what we will be discussing is find elements and WebDriver weight, which is nothing but explicit weight. Okay, and then something about select. We haven't done to select. And what else we discuss? We need to discuss about actions. Okay, and something about frames. Okay, these are the 5 things that we need to discuss today. Okay, find elements. So I'm going very practical. Okay, so you have to follow with me. So let me create a class called advanced API tests. Okay, guys, if you don't understand, please ask me. Okay, this is very crucial part of our course. Seriously, from here things will go in little bit faster pace. Okay, public void check, or what we're doing is verify find elements. We are discussing about find elements now. Okay, so where the find elements will come into picture is, example, we go to our, okay, right now I go to this page. I got recent items. I want to get the count of recent items here. I want to check that if the count is correct or not. How do I do it normally? Tell me.
So you'll find the location.
Every item will be counted as each
Every
element.
block over there will be counted as one item.
What code I need to write to get the count? I need to get the number. Tell me what I have to do. Any command, driver dot get count, something like that? Got? Is there something called driver dot get count? I need to get the count of these elements. You went into a job day 1. Somebody said that I am expecting 10 items here. Can you write a test case in an automated way to get the number of count and equal to 10 or not?
So can we use if loop and say count?
Okay, but where you will use it?
Can't we use in a method?
Hmm?
So you can write if loop and if item is present, you can increase the count equal to count plus 1.
Plus, plus.
Then again. That's what I'm saying.
Plus
Loop
one.
is also saying.
No, that won't help. Can we use XPath? So in XPath, do you have something called array? Yes or no? So example, if I go and say that, so what is the individual item? So first of all, I need to read the actual, how it was planned. Okay, see this. This is one item. This is the whole items. Yes or no?
Yes.
This is one more item. Item number 2, item number 3, like this, right?
Yes, sir.
So add item row is a class name, and that is a unique identifier for this particular item, right? So if driver dot find element by dot XPath, what is that div, right? I think you know how to write XPath. If people are not really working on these XPaths and all these things, you will never understand in your lifetime. I'm telling you, you have to practice. Last week, I think Madhuri and some people practiced and they got it how to write it. Because they if a class got a space, then it's not usable. Then we had used the XPath. Okay. So I'm telling you will be a loser if you don't practice all these things. Okay. Okay, is displayed. Okay. So what I'm telling is if first item is displayed, okay, then what I will do is I will put a command call system.out.println. Okay, first item available. Okay,
Item available. Just the increment number is enough.
let us put a if condition. If the first item is available, it will say that one item available. Okay, shall we run this? Will it pass or fail? No. Okay, this is okay. Okay, so now let us see. Is it okay? You still got doubt whether it works or not? So what I will do is, I'm exactly like you. What I will do is, I'll just go to Firefox and check that if that is working or not. That's it. You got Selenium IDE?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so what I will do is, I'll use my Selenium IDE. Go here, put the target and find. Working? It is working. If nothing, log is not there.
Yes.
Okay, so 90% it will pass. But anyway, we'll go to the next step. Okay. It should print a one item is available. If that is not printing, then there is some problem. Okay. Okay. Happy? If I put 2 here, okay. So this is the way to go to multiple items. If you don't practice this, then I can't do anything. But this is the way, like putting in array. Second item available. Okay. How do I print all now? First of all, the mind is that we need to put into loop, not if condition, right? That is where the Java is very important for us. After that, okay. So can I instead of I to this string, okay? Can I use this? One more thing, okay? Okay, shall I run it? Shall I run? Only 8 are available. So now it will fail. Okay, so this is one way. See, writing Java code 1000 ways. This is one way. Okay, but we are just using find element here. Okay, now let it fail. It will fail depending upon implicit weight how much we kept here. What is implicit weight we kept here? 120 seconds, which is too big, right? Let me put 30 seconds. Okay, after 120 seconds, it will fail because till that it will wait. Okay. Okay, let it fail. So 8 items are there, but we are expecting how many? 10. Okay, so okay, so now what we'll do is, instead of writing all these things, there's a super duper method called okay. Now what I will do is, there's something called okay. So you know collections in Java, or arrays or collection or okay. So now what a WebDriver have is, it got a wonderful thing called list of web elements. Okay, so what does that it do is, it will not only one element, but it is multiple elements. So what I will do is, driver dot find elements, and I don't use to do all these things, but I just do this, which is matching my XPath. Okay, so what I will do now is, by dot
So it will pick up whatever, how many ever are there.
elements, yeah, and I'll put in a collection. Okay, so example, so what is this? This is class image responsive, right? Or can I can you take this class item image, right? So what I will do now is, now I will, instead of using this XPath, I use class name. Yes, and what I will do now is use this. So now what happened? This is a typical element, but matching elements are many. So now what happened is, elements. So see this. So this line is very important. What I am doing here is, I'm saying that I think there are more than one item in my particular website. So these images are there, 8 images, or like more than whatever, I don't know. So it's saying that I got more than one. So instead of finding one element, previously if you do find element, it will give one element always. Now what it will give? It will give one element if you only want one element is present. If there are multiple elements present with the same matching locator, it will put all the items at one go and put it into the elements.
So only, for example, that car is the item image.
Yeah.
So it will pick up all the cars, which is that particular
All the
car.
images.
All the images.
All
So
the images.
images. So all the, so how many images you got? So the count of a recent item is nothing but the number of images, right? So how many images you got? One car, one pamphlet, one cricket bat. All the images it will come. So now elements is a list. It is not element. Normally if it is an element, you can see click, right? But can you see click here? No. So here what we get is elements. So we got a bunch of elements now. Out of that, let us first use count. Let us get how many are there. Number of recent items. Okay. Now can I run this? So let me run this single thing. How many expecting? 8. So we haven't kept the assertion, but we'll keep the assertion next. Okay. So now we got the count. After that we can put assertion. I will put assertion dot assert equals, and we'll put 10 other side and the actual size other side. Okay. So this is the thing. How many items? Okay. So now what I will do is, this is everybody can do. Okay. Assert dot equals, what is expected? Actual? No. Tomorrow my developer will come and fix it. He'll make it 10. Then this test case should pass or fail. Now it should fail. Tomorrow morning it should pass. Okay. Now let us run. It should fail now, saying that you are expecting 10, but it should only is showing 8. Okay, so the point that you need to learn is this S. Okay, that's what interview will ask. Tell me what is the difference between find element and find elements. What is the difference?
When you want more than one element.
Properly, yeah.
More than one element. Then it's element.
Find element will return one element object. Element will give a list of elements. Okay. So now if you want to print all these things, you want to print all the available items, what I will do? Just do that element dot get text. That's it, right? So elements dot so but I need to put in the loop. Okay. So there is a kind of loop. So I want to print whatever it is on that particular text. So I want to print all the recent items. So what I will do? The same thing I am using. The same thing I will use in a different, very proper way. Okay. So go back. Let me just go and get this text. Okay. Title, right? So I want to get the title. So what I will do right now is in here instead of this I will put item title, which is nothing but, so what does this will do? Will get bunch of titles. Okay. So what I will do? I'll print. So what I will do now, right now? So I got the bunch. So what now I need to do? Go one by one, print the title. So for that we got something called very easy thing called for each. So for which what it will do is elements. Instead of putting if condition on all, Java have something called like this. That's it. Yes. So elements will give at runtime it will give create an element. First time it will be first element. Second time it will be second element. Third time third element. Okay. And what I will do now simply is system dot out dot println element. Elements is no more now element. Now this element is single element. Now I can do anything. Can I click? I can do anything. Get text. That's it. Okay, shall I run it? It should print all the titles. Cycle, bicycle, blah blah it is. But it will not only one, it will print all the titles. Okay, Lexus, iPhone 7, cricket bat, blah 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 mobile development. It printed all the texts. So it printed everything. Okay. So like this, you want to do anything. Example, you want to check that the donation type is donated for everything. Then you can do whatever it is. I'm just giving an example. It's upon you how to write all these things. So this is very advanced way of using the commands. Okay, write down. Today we are discussing about find elements. Okay, find elements is a command. Find elements, okay, is a command to find a list of elements matching the locator. So I did here, okay. Yeah, command to find list of elements matching the locator. If only one element is present, then that's fine. But if you want to check the first of all whether element is present or not, what we can do is there is a nice way to do it. What you can do, because we don't have an each element present here, right? So verify to check if element present. So what I will do right now is example I got something like this. How many elements are there matching that? So what I am expecting? I am expecting the count is equal to 0. That means that the element should not be there. Then what it will do? 0 to 0 equal. But if you want to check only one is present, I should not see multiple elements. So I put 1 here and size is equal to this. But this is actually, but if you want to check, so normally if you want to check whether element is present or not, normally we will get a null pointer exception. Oh, sorry, you will get an element not found exception. Okay, see, I'll tell you. Driver dot, so example, if I do this. Okay, if I do this, what happens? It will throw an exception, right? I'm just coming there, okay? See this. If I do this, what happens? It will throw an exception. Because find element is not very, it will check whether something is present, otherwise it will throw an exception. Okay, see what happens now. It is waiting for that element to be present, and because this is not matching, it will fail. It will throw an exception, which is not very good, because exception is not good, right? You will wait for 30 seconds to throw an exception. But if you want to smartly check whether something is present or not, but don't throw an exception, then what you do, instead of using this command, you can use this command. And if it is equal to 0, means it is not present. Okay, see what happens now. 30 seconds we are waiting, but it will fail. It will throw an exception. But after that, if I remove this, it will not throw an exception. Okay. The other things that we need to discuss is select, right? Select. For select, we need to have a, do you have a drop down somewhere? This, I don't know whether it has drop down. No drop down. Let's have drop down. Categories you got drop down? No, right? We don't have drop down. Okay. Okay. Sample drop down. That's fine. We can practice. Okay, so no. Come on, guys. Tell me any place or Amazon.
With registration, creating a rate.
See, this is not a drop down. That is exactly what I want to show you. Look like a select drop down. Oh no. Okay, so drop down should have select. Okay, so the select is there here, right? Okay, so let us. Which one you want to select? You want to select which one? You want grocery? See, man. Men is always men. Okay, so example, you want to select jewelry. This one, right? So now let us go back. So what we will do? Driver dot get. Forget about what is already get. You can directly go to amazon.co.uk. Okay. So we want to select the drop down. So what we will do is, first of all, the problem with the drop down is there is no direct command called driver dot find element by dot something. There is no command called select an item here, right? That is the problem. So to select a drop down, there is no direct command. For that, we need to create a select object first. So the new class called select from this select, which is Amazon drop, okay, what called category is equal to new select. However, it need a locator of that element. It need a web element. So which web element it need? It need an element of the actual locator. So this should have a locator, right? It should have a locator of this select. So this is the selector. Okay, so I will do web element equal to new, not new, sorry, by name, right? Sorry. Yes, so that is the element of the, which is nothing but drop down box, right? Now I give this here. Now that element will become select object now. Okay. Now this is the way I am getting the drop down. Now see, the things will be very easy. Amazon category dot. See, this has got nice methods called what are you want. So which one you want now? Select by visible text, which is the one which is you want to select. So and put jewelry, right? I'm very bad at writing spellings. What is spelling of jewelry? Copy and paste it. Okay. And then we want to select, and then we have to wait. Okay. Now we want to check that the selectable, what are the selected is jewelry or not. Okay. So string item selected. So that's why you need to practice. Okay. Get first selected option, right? That's it. Oh yeah, it's okay. No, okay. It's an element. Okay, it will come as an element. Then we will get a text out of it. So system dot out dot println web element is item selected. No, selected item, right? That's it, right? Okay. So if Jordan is printed outside, our task is done. Okay, and you want to see whether it is really selecting or not. So I'll put thread dot sleep. Okay, 3 seconds enough.